Howdy, howdy! I just got to tell you something that I saw that is really interesting for me, at least. I used to be an antique dealer, and I used to go to the dump a lot, and I'm going to the dump today. I'm going back and forth, not taking a dump, but going to the dump. Back and forth, I'm cleaning out my father-in-law's 4-generation-old workshop. He used to be a shoji screen maker, and he's retired, and it's just full of junk after, great-great-grandfather started this thing. It's never been cleaned out, so I'm up to my eyeballs in junk, cleaning it up, taking to the dump. And I just passed another a big dump truck kind of a thing parked outside of an old house, and the house is, I think they're going to tear the house down, and they were pulling stuff out, and I know that truck is going to the dump. You just get that feel, and I know, and I tell you what I saw in the back of that truck. Now, and I've heard this story over and over. They were boxes, and they were a particular type of box. They were boxes that were used to store the Japanese Girls' Day dolls back in the old days. Hinamatsuri Ningyo. And these dolls were used back in the old days for the Girls' Day celebration, March 3rd type of thing. The girls would put them up on display. Beautiful tier type of a thing with the emperor and empress at the top and their court and musicians and warriors. And these dolls were handmade with straw bodies and beautiful carved wood hands and feet, and carved wooden head with a kind of a looks like a porcelain-like finish, porcelain kind of color. I don't know exactly what it is. Hand painted everything. Hair is on there, the cloth, the multi-layers of kimono, all the little tools, the accessories, the furnishings and the like. And the modern ones are all plastic. But the older ones, like the ones I just saw, because they are all handmade. These were expensive things. You'd have a daughter that was born into a new young family, and they would. I'm going to turn the car on. It's really hot. I hate to have the car on just for the air, but otherwise it's gonna be. I'll start sweating. That's not nice. You guys don't want to see that. So sorry, environment. Just on for a second. Anyway, they would if they did that, then the parents, the grandparents would usually buy. If a young couple had a daughter, the grandparents would. They put out a lot of money and buy these handcrafted set. Now they keep it in the family for generations. Sometimes, maybe they wouldn't buy a new set, and just grandma would give hers to the daughter, and who'd give her to the granddaughter, and on and on. He said, she said, whatever. Pass it on down. So some of these things can be really old. And as an antique dealer, it was one of my specialities. I would pick these up at auction and sell them, and I would just love them. I still have boxes of the things back in storage. And I know exactly where the dolls that I just saw that are going to. They're headed to the dump, the same place I'm going. They're going to be burned. The reason is that these beautiful handcrafted things, and I'm not criticizing the Japanese for this necessarily, it's just a fact in the culture here, nobody cares about those things. And there's even a kind of a superstition about them that the old dolls may be haunted. Not everybody feels that way, but there's kind of a thing. And nobody wants, you're not going to go out if you have the family's done, the line is kind of coming to an end, the next generation's moving on. They're going to tear the old house down, they're going to build a new house. They don't want anything old. They don't want any old junk from the past, the old dolls, great-grandma's dolls and stuff. Just haul it all away. I've experienced, I've taken that part of my life. I once helped, when my brother got divorced, I helped him. He just took a truck and just took everything from everything, for brand new furniture, everything, just took it to the dump, just get rid of that old life. I remember doing that with him. People do that. It's human nature. So the dolls are on their way. There's no way I can stop and ask for those things. It would be really, really awkward and strange. And besides, I've got boxes of them at home. I don't even know what to do with anymore. So there they go. Another bit of a history gonna go away. And they're not making them like that anymore. They're just gone. They're gonna go burn up beautiful, beautiful dolls. I've got. I'm sure I've got listings over on the old Tokaido channel, one of my oldest channels on YouTube, where I used it for my business. I've got listings. You can see that type of thing over there. If I remember, I'll try to put some links in as well. But I just wanted to share with you what I just saw, and I remember hearing stories from other antique dealers who would clear out the old places, the kura, the old storehouses, before they would be torn down, and they would just leave the dolls behind because then you knew they were worthless. Nobody wanted them, and they would get torn down. That was the house. Not to be a bummer, just telling you the facts. Now it's time for me to get back to work, get sweaty, and clean up the shop. See you later. Speaking of cool stuff, that shop of my father-in-law, full of 4 generations of, from 100 years back, woodworking tools, saws and blades and handmade chisels and wood planes and just, oh my gosh, he's got the coolest antiques in there. Okay, see ya. P.S. Peace. Woohoo.